I'm traveling again, so when we get towards the end of this, I gotta go.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm traveling too. I got to go downtown. You know what that's going to look like. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, wealthy, healthy, happy people. This is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, your host of the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show, and we are going through the 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth. We are on law number 5, the law of consistency. So all week we've been talking about this thing, and so hopefully you started to develop some new habits. You're showing consistency by showing up each and every day. But then also the things that you add to what you need to do for your production, for your goal, for your just for you to be consistent, man. Consistent action breeds success. So we are just happy that you're here. And today's Fan Friday. So this is the day where we really just open up the seats, allow you to kind of come in and share your experience, things that you have, how this week has helped you to grow. That's really what it's at the end of the day. That's what it's about. We dare you to grow. How has this week helped you to grow? We got our co-host in the building, Mr. Pat. He's traveling, so I don't know how long he'll be with us today, but he's here right now. He said, hey, I'm going to show up. For however long I can, I'm going to show up. Pat, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. And Vera, you're better than great.
Yes, Veda, you are better than great.
I'm so good with names.
Miss Raquel's in the building. Miss Brittany Moore is in the building. Alfredo's in the building. Again, the seats are open, guys. What we want to know today is how has this week, going through the law of consistency, how has this week helped you to grow? How has this week helped you to grow? How's being here each and every day, 30 minutes, Monday through Thursday, helped you to grow? Fan Friday. We need to hear from you. Now, here's the deal. While we're waiting on you guys to jump in the seats, I know you guys trying to find a button to click, and it's okay. I know it may take a little while. We want to just recap. We want to recap on how we can apply the law of consistency to our life, how we can apply the law of consistency to our life. Now, remember, I say this all the time. Hey, everybody write that in the comments below. Consistent action breeds success. If you just remember that, consistent action breeds success. I guess that's CABS. Yeah, CABS. Consistent action breeds success. Everybody write that in the comments below. I'm going to write it too, so I'm not going to, trying to talk and type. It's an interesting phenomenon.
You need to write it first so I know how to spell it.
Consistent action breeds success. So here's the deal. Applying the law of consistency. First, you want to remember this. We want to align the methods of motivation with our personality type. So use whatever personality profile you prefer to study, your personality type. Now, once you have a good handle on what makes your personality type tick, then develop a daily growth system that is simple and plays to your strengths. So you want to develop a daily growth system that is simple and plays to your strengths. So remember, guys, what we're doing is we are leveraging our strengths. Forget about your weaknesses. You got them. You'll work on them. You can build out from there, but you want to leverage your strengths. Where are you a 10 at? What area are you a 10 at? And you want to develop a daily growth system leveraging your strengths, and you want to make sure that this system is simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Now, number 2, what is it? It's difficult to remain engaged in anything if you do not find value and appreciate the process. So we want to appreciate the process of growth, appreciate the journey. So here's your deal. You want to make a list of everything that you like about personal growth. Everything that you like about personal growth. And we can start that list right now. What do you like about personal growth? Now, for me, it's very interesting. Once I found out and I understood that personal growth was actually a study, like it's actually a thing. Like I didn't learn that in high school or elementary school. I didn't realize I didn't learn that it was a thing. And obviously it's its own place that we call something. Obviously we're growing daily and things like that. But it's the thing that if you can focus on, man, if I spend more time on me than I do on my job, then I'm going to be hugely successful. Let me say that again. If I spend more time on me than I do on my job, then I'll be hugely successful. That's what I come to find out. So what are some things that you like about personal growth? For me, I would say taking control of my life. I like taking responsibility for where I'm going. I want to be, you know what, if I fail or I don't succeed or I have some issues, I can say, hey, I had something to do with it. If I'm hugely successful, I can say that I had something to do with it. So for me, the number one thing for me is taking responsibility for my very own life. Taking responsibility for where I'm going, taking responsibility for where I'm at, taking responsibility for what I do each and every day. Pat, what's something that you like about personal growth?
Well, and that's why this show is so important is to me. Is part of my problem. I was a business owner. I had every stress in the world. I had employees doing silly things, stepping through people's roofs, wrecking trucks, catching houses on fire, not good stuff, And I used to drink out of the grumpy cup a lot.
Oh.
I lived in the grumpy cup. As a matter of fact, someone gave me the grumpy cup because it fit. And that's when it was like, I have to find a better way. And so what this does for me is to start my day every day, and I no longer have the grumpy cup. Matter of fact, just like the guy who takes his last cigarette and puts it in a glass case so he can see it and remind himself, I never want to be there again. I still have the cup. Yeah. I just don't use the cup. Right? So every day I come and it sets my day. So what it does for me, it saves me every day.
Absolutely. And Britt said that it's like reflection. She likes the reflection aspect, a great feeling to look back and see how far I've come as a person. And for me, man, I agree with you, Pat. It saves me every day because every day we're going to run into some fascinating people. And if we're not prepared in advance, mentally, emotionally, we ain't got our head on straight, man, these fascinating people can really make you fascinated. So it has really helped me to deal with other people in a way that it doesn't get to me. It's like the water rolls off a duck's back, and I just it just goes. I mean, I know that they're trying. I mean, you have people that are annoying, and they're not trying to be, but they just are, and because of who they've become. And I think this show really helps me to recognize the difference between those people that are growing, that are concerned about their growth and they're intentional about their growth, and those people that are not. And so I'm able to decipher who to spend major time with and who to give minor time with, or who not to give any time with at all. And I know we have someone here that's talking about Miss Raquel, she talks about her Saturn and her 8 rings or 9 rings that she has. She's pushing people further out on these rings. And some of these people, she said she's going to have to kick them on back down to earth. And sometimes that's what you have to do. Hey, let them go back to earth as your sun, as your moon, as your planet keeps rising, keeps going in orbit. Some people really just don't want to move. And so it's great to be able to set the tone. That's really setting the tone each and every day helps me to attack the day and helps me to seize the day. Beta says she gets a feeling of confidence. That's great. Awesome. I'd like to get some more answers from you guys. What a list of things, a list of everything that you like about personal growth. What are some things that you like about personal growth?
And then when you're in that zone, when you have made the decision and you go out and you start your day and you're on the positive side, the ones that want to complain realize that you're not listening to it. So they go complain to somebody else. And that's okay. They need to complain. I mean, there are some people you could be handing out $100 bills and they'd complain that the one you gave them had a crease in it. It's fine. When you set your day, then the ones that don't fit the vibe that you are setting out, they will just go and complain to somebody else. And you start repelling all that negativity because you're such a positive thing. Darkness cannot exist in light. And when you start being the light, the darkness goes somewhere else. I don't know where it goes. I don't care.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So what are some things that you like about personal growth? This is Fan Friday, guys. It's like where you're supposed to be like giving some engagement. Like you're supposed to be typing or jumping in the seat or something like that. At any rate, so if the list is very short, really work at it. Anything you can find as motivation will help you develop better growth habits. So that's what we're doing, guys. We're daring you to grow, and we're saying we're developing growth habits. So one of the growth habits is to become consistent in productivity, consistent in honoring our word, consistent in showing up, consistent action breeds success. And then the third thing, as you guys are still trying to figure out your what you like about personal growth, is the more whys you have for pursuing personal growth on a daily basis, the more likely you will be to follow through. Start compiling those whys. Think of immediate benefits as well as long-term ones. Consider reasons related to purpose, to vision, and to your dreams. Consider reasons related to purpose, to vision, and to your dreams. Think of how it will help you. Think of how it will help you relationally, vocationally, and spiritually. Any reason to grow is a good reason as long as it's your reason. Any reason to grow is a good reason as long as it's your reason. So, what are your whys? What are your whys? Consider them related to your purpose, your vision, and your dreams. What are your whys?
And a lot of times, people would do things for others better than they would do things for themselves. And I use the example of like a parent or a mother. How much effort will a mother put in to help her child get to the next level? Is it time for you to be your own parent? Isn't that what isn't that what adult means? Is that you are now the adult? You are now the one taking the lead? Is it time for you to take the lead in your own life?
Well, we know it's time, and the time is now. So what are your whys, guys? What are your whys? Why go through this personal growth journey? What are your whys? What are your whys? Yeah, so Alfredo said, support this family. Britt said, personal growth allows me to focus more intently on my life. Yeah, you know what? And expanded areas of growth I didn't think of. Britt, when are you going to share? When are you going to talk about this life plan? How many days in a row do I got to be talking about this life plan and you ain't shared it with the group yet? Huh? What's going on? What's the deal? This is such a phenomenal thing, guys. I can't wait till she shares it with you guys. Because we talked about it at the beginning of the year. Don't make a New Year's resolution, make a New Year's plan. And she went and made a life plan, and I just can't wait for her to share it. It's hers, so I can't share it for her, but I want her to come on the show and share it and change some lives by what she decided to do different in 2016. She made a life plan. And when she made that plan, I'm saying that there is absolutely no way that she's not going to execute her plan because she started the process of actually making it. That's cool. That's cool. Britt, when you going to join us? Are you on the bus every morning at this time? Are you like headed to work and you just can never jump on? Is that what's going on? Just bad timing for you? Okay. All right. You're going to have to tell the bus drivers to pull over at the Starbucks or something. So what are your whys, guys? What are your whys? What is your why for pursuing personal growth on a daily basis? What is your why for joining this show each and every day? Because this is a part of your personal growth. What are your whys? What are your whys? Consider them related to your purpose, your vision, and your dream. And think of immediate benefits. What benefits do you get out of it, right? Versus the short term and also the long term. Veda says she wants more out of life. What more? When you say you want more out of life, what do you want out of life, Veda? Say you want more out of life. What is more? You got to define that thing. You got to define that thing. When we say we want life and life more abundantly, what is more abundantly to you? Pat.
Well, and it's interesting you were saying that. What is more to you? I remember I was in a coaching session with one of my mentors, and in the heat and air industry, there's a few that specialize for people that do the kind of stuff I used to do, right? And one of them is Joe Cresera out of California, and he's like, "Well, what do you want? Okay, why do you want that? Okay, no, but why? But why do you want that? Well, I want a lot of money. Okay, why do you want the money? What's the money for? Because money's just something, but why?" And if you drill down to the point that really figure out what's motivating you, because something is, and you may not have actually taken the time. A couple chapters ago, we talked about the pause.
Yeah.
Most of us haven't taken the pause to figure out, why do I say I want money? Why? What are you going to do with it? What does it mean? Why do you say you want that car? What does success mean to you? And success doesn't mean the same to everybody. To some people, success is, I have built something that allows me to go sit on the beaches of Maui and be a beach bum. and I make just enough that I can sit on the beach. I don't own anything and I don't want anything. I just want to be in paradise. And if that's your why, then define it and get there. You know, Wayne Dyer, he basically has given away most of his stuff financially, right? He has a separate organization that sells his books and help funds him, but he lives a very modest life because that's all what he wants is the peace. So what do you have to get to your inner peace? What is your why? And it's not the car. Why do you want the car? What's the deal with that car?
Now, here's the thing, Pat. It's interesting that you say that. Now, Veda says she wants more success, more health, more wealth, more confidence, more freedom, more stability. And here's the interesting thing that why you say that, because advertisers understand your why, right? So when we talk about a car, for example, maybe a luxury car, they understand that people's why is the status that it brings, the feeling that they get when they actually finally get that Mercedes or that luxury vehicle, right? It doesn't really have to do anything with the drive. It has more to do with the status. So advertisers understand the motivations of people, and they play on those motivations to get us to buy stuff. And so what we want to do is recognize our own motivations so that we can buy our very own dreams. Let me repeat that again. I don't think y'all caught that. What we want to understand is our own motivations so that we can buy our very own dreams. That is what's up. That is what we're doing here. That is the whole growth process. That's why we're the number one marketplace for growing people, because we're getting people to buy their very own dreams.
And you know how when they capture a prisoner and they're trying to break his spirit, what they do is they don't let him dream. As soon as he starts falling asleep, they wake him up again. They let him rest, but they don't let him dream. And in a very short time, without your dreams, you start getting insane. You start going grumpy and aggravated at the world. We need our dreams. And not only do we need our dreams to help restart our brain at night and direct us for the next day, we need our dreams while we're awake so we know where we're going. You are dangerous when you don't have a dream.
Woo! And who you dangerous to? Hey, so we got another seat open, guys. Again, it's not a me show, it's a we show. This is Fan Friday. I love to have one more person. We need the quad going on today. We're talking about the law of consistency, recap and applying. And the question is, how has this week helped you to grow? How has this week helped you to grow? Now, I said we got one more seat, but Tara, I'm sorry, I wasn't talking about you because you haven't been here with us. So I'm going to say no to you because I don't know you. Hey, Raquel, what's going on?
Good morning, Pat. I'm getting ready for a meeting that I have at 9:30 today. But yeah, I was listening into you guys while I was getting.
Raquel, I got a meeting today at 9:30 too.
Yeah, but you have a car. I have to get on a bus, so
okay.
I got to cushion in a little bit more time. I have enough time. I have time for this, but after I have to run around the house like a chicken with my head cut off. Actually, I don't, because I'm a little more prepared than that. What was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say.
You were listening to us?
I was listening to you earlier, and I heard Patrick talk about being a parent and how you have to start being a parent to yourself. Just the whole the growth thing. So a couple of things. The growth thing. That's what I said. I became a parent at the age of 19. And when you're a parent in your 20s, you're still growing yourself. So as you're growing yourself, you because you're growing, the things that you have to do, they become a part of you. So when my child graduated from college and he's off doing his own thing, I literally am like, what am I supposed to do now? So I've been trying to, and that's why I even end up in relationships and end up taking care of these men. You know what I mean? But it's because I feel like I always need to take care of someone. So now to take that whole thing and turn it around and try to take care of myself is like, I'm finding it difficult. And that's why sometimes I'm better off supporting other people's businesses than I am turning around and reflecting and doing it to myself. So the one thing that I do have for me is I take a dance class every Monday. That inspires me. That is one thing that I'm doing to take care of myself. But this show has also started to make me realize that it's okay to be to be selfish. Like, I'm always afraid that if I become super selfish, I'm gonna like lose myself, become arrogant, and then here I go again and not have any friends. But this show has also helped me to realize that I just need to attract. I don't need to worry about, you know, having friends like that. You know, I need to have the friends that are, you know, that are on my level. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's keeping it real, man. And so, when you say, I get the premise of, you know, I need to be selfish, but I think what we're really saying is I need to take control of my own life.
Right.
And now if that requires me to go into a shell or me to focus on me, you focusing on you doesn't make you selfish, because as you're focusing on you're focusing on you, and you're still becoming a better supporter of these businesses or these things that you're doing. So it's not like, oh, I'm not going to support you anymore just because I'm focusing on me, but I'm focusing on me so I can find out where I need to support at, who I need to support, what organizations are really vital for me to put my time and energy into right now. So even when you go to your job, you're still supporting. Even when you work in these organizations, you're still supporting. So that's not selfish. You're just saying, hey, I got to rein in where I have been extending myself too far.
Right.
And I need to focus on a few places where I can give my energy to. And I don't think that's selfish at all. I think that is effective or efficient use of your time. I could be wrong, but go ahead, Pat.
And I think it's more about the efficiency of it. The reality is you can be very, very busy helping everybody, and you're not really helping them by doing it for them. You know, there's got to be a difference between a handout and a hand up.
Woo! You're supposed to repeat that, Pat.
Mr. Beatles.
Hey, what's happy people? Woo! What's going on, man? Oh my God, it feels so good to be here. What's going on? Hey, keep going. I'll jump in a minute.
No, go ahead, Mr. Beatles. We've been waiting. Finally, Mr. Beatles has come back.
What's happening? I've been watching you all week. Mr. Pat, I've been watching you all week. ERGJ, man, thank you for holding it down, man. It has been an exciting time, man. Just listening into the law of consistency this week, and what a blessing the law of consistency has been. And you know, when we talk about the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, and that being what success is, what that statement really saying is that consistent, persistent action breeds success. And the more we think the same thoughts with intense energy, stuff just happens. It happens. And but the opposite is also true as well. So you got to be mindful of that, is that any thought that you think consistently, persistently, with intense emotion, whether it's positive or negative, will prove to have a result. And so on this show, every morning, 7 a.m. to 7:30, we are on, and we're being very consistent and persistent about our positive activity. And man, we are seeing the fruits. And so again, man, we thank you for joining the #1 marketplace for growing people every morning. Pat, I see that, man. Hey, you have to show me what program are you using? I've been meaning to ask you that all week.
At Manicam.
Manicam?
Yeah.
Manicam. Do you have a Mac?
No, I do not.
You don't? Okay, perfect. Manicam.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Not a Mac guy.
So again, guys, it's like what we're asking. The question that's out is on Fan Friday. What we're asking is, how has this week helped you to grow? Now, I know we got some people that may not have been here all week, but how is this week? And even if you haven't been here all week, I can ask you this: how have you seen being consistent in your action? How have you seen that to help you to grow? So this week we've talked about the law of consistency. This week we've talked about matching our personality types. This week we've talked about the how, the why, the when, and the what as it relates to being consistent. This week we talked about the difference between the growth, being goal conscious and growth conscious. How has this week helped you to grow? Because if we haven't helped you to grow and we're daring you to grow, then there's a problem, right? We got to step up on some things, but we're daring you to grow, and we believe that you have, and we want to hear back from you. Okay, Raquel, we want to hear back from you. is how's this week? This week of coming together Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. for 30 minutes, helped you to grow. Now, Mr. B,
well, I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. This show was amazing. First and foremost, man. Me and ERGJ said, look, last year that we were going to create a show. We were going to do this thing, and Blab just happened to be the platform that we showed up on. And I would say that having a group of people that I am accountable to, that share their wealth of knowledge that I can learn and glean from, and that I can share my stuff with, and I can share my successes and my failures. This has been the breath of fresh air that I've needed, and it's also been the activity that I've needed to attract some of the things that are happening in my life right now. And I would definitely say that I would probably be 6 months behind where I am currently had it not been for this show. So when we speak things consistently into the air, your words begin to attract. And the more that you speak the same stuff, again, it becomes more solid. It becomes more real. When you first get an idea, it's like a thought. It's in the air and it's not very tangible. But the more that you think those consistent thoughts, they tend to collect. They tend to attract the same consistent thought. And then all of a sudden you have something that's physical, and like this microphone right here, right?
So I'm just super excited because, again, starting this show and then seeing the fruit of the labor, right? Seeing Veda step out of her comfort zone to start this freaking exotic spoken word, which I can't wait till it comes to Atlanta or I'm in Philadelphia to go to. You know what I'm saying? To see Raquel blossom and start to see different things and different avenues and aspects for where it is that she's going, as she's continuing to watch these planes, and she's already mentally traveling. She's just waiting on her body to catch up. To see Pat going on his tour and making these connections in his contracting business and the things that he's doing, to see the people grow, literally to see people grow. That's enough for me. That's enough.
There's $1 million stuff happening. It's $1 million stuff happening right now. And people are attacking these dreams, man. Like I'm excited about. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, man. But I've found something, and it's amazing, and it's bigger than I ever thought it would be. And again, I really attribute it to being on this show and having the courage to step up, step out, and do things that are very uncomfortable for most people. Most people don't like to volunteer. Most people won't put their hand up, even when they're qualified. They're afraid to put their hand up and say, you know what, I will go forward. But I will say that when you do that, when you say, you know what, I have a great idea, and I also have a skill set that spans 10, 12, 15 years, and I've been doing a certain thing, you naturally get a skill set. And so when you decide that I want to put my skill set to work, when you decide that I have some talents and I'm not going to bury them, but I'm going to build on them, man, God bless you.
That was supposed to be a pause and repeat moment.
Is that a pause and repeat? Yeah. When I find that I have talents, I'm not going to bury them. When I decide that I'm not going to bury my talents, but I'm going to build on them, God blesses you. The universe rewards you for that. And what we have to find is that speaking your life into existence is not, is not just a thing, but it becomes your reality. So even when you don't like where you are right now, you have to appreciate the fact that you are where you are because you created the situation. But you can easily change that situation by simply changing your channel. So change your station. So if you don't like where you are right now, change the station. Move up and move on. But don't stand still.
Amen.
Amen. Yes.
Absolutely phenomenal, man. So this is the law of consistency, man. We've been going through this week. Man, just phenomenal, man. Just love to see people growing, man, and that's what it's all about. We're gonna continue this thing, you know, Monday through Friday. Mr. Beatles is hopefully he's back. Hey, Mr. Beatles, did Eric Collins Brown reach out to you?
Yeah, he did. I needed a bilingual quality analyst.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure he reached out. He had asked. I said, "Oh, I'll talk to him for you." So, but yeah, man. So yeah, don't bury.
Yeah, some people say bury. Some people it's perfectly fine.
Don't bury, but build. And if you don't like your situation, change the channel. Change the channel. So, hey, man, we finna get off into this weekend. We about to have a plum pleasing time, man, being wealthy, healthy, happy. Pat, you got any last words for the peeps?
It's time to speak your future truth. We are healthy, wealthy. We are healthy. We are happy.
Raquel, it's 6 o'clock. Time for Raquel to rock. You got any last words for the peeps?
Yeah, I'll just try to make this really, really brief. I became Performer of the Week again. So I'm not going to say it like that. I'm Performer of the Week again. I also have come to realize what you guys were saying earlier, that maybe some people don't even realize that they are who they are. So the girl who was mean mugging me, when we discovered turning frustrations into fascinations, she's still mean mugging me. So maybe that's just her face.
Maybe.
Maybe that's just her face. And maybe I should just maybe she's smiling and is just back here. I don't know. Yeah. And the thing that you said also about people who are unaware that they're negative. Like I told this one person in my life, I said, I need some space. I really wanted to just basically say, I don't want to be your friend anymore. But I said, I need some space from you. And he was really confused. He didn't understand why I needed space for him. So then I realized maybe it's me and how I interpret what you say to me. I just don't want that around me anymore. So some people aren't aware that they're negative. And actually some people think that they have it going on, but they come at you certain ways. So what I want to say is that this show has opened my eyes and it has increased my level of discernment. I can see people coming from a mile away. I was in a meeting yesterday. Someone said something to me and my whole face just changed. I don't have a poker face. I don't say something. I will immediately be like, like, oh, why you say that? So I have to learn how to have a poker face, especially when it comes to dealing with business, because some people can't handle the truth even when it comes out of my face. So that's what I want to say. I've just continue to watch people. I'm looking at the time. It's 7:31, so I'm going to stop. I'll add more on Tuesday when I come back. So
hey, here's the deal, guys. We've been waiting on this all week. Mr. Beatles has finally come back to the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. Mr. Beatles, got any last word for the peeps and sign us out, brother?
I'm so excited to be back. I don't want to be gone as long as I was gone, but just know that it's been a productive. I mean, it's been like a super, super productive week, like really, really productive, man. And so again, and I credit it all to the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. So what I will say is that if you are looking to change your life, then you have to be here on Monday. And if you know somebody that is looking to make some changes, some leaps and bounds, some quantum shifts in their life, then tell them to be back here 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday morning for the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. We're out. That's it. Boom.
Hey, so be back on Monday at 7 a.m. We are wealthy. We are healthy. We are happy. We having a plum pleasing time this weekend, and we are out.
We are.